to the XRP troops. Welcome back to the CryptoZX channel. I'm at a loss for words, Many people are probably at a loss for words regarding what is and has been happening with the markets. Obviously, if you look at the markets as a whole right now, you can see that they are bouncing a lot, that double-digit gains are occurring, and that money is flowing into the stock market and cryptocurrency space instantly. According to what we've been told, we will now be discussing what actually happens next. I'm going to share with you all my personal perspective on the matter. And if you've been paying careful attention to what I've been saying and what we've been talking about over the past several days, you'll realize that the things we've been talking about have been happening. The question now is, however, is the bottom in? I'll say it again, nobody can predict with precision where the bottom will be. We are able to form opinions. Thus, we can form informed opinions, but naturally, nobody can just declare, yes, this is the bottom or that is the bottom. However, we will discuss what is actually taking place at this moment. In terms of XRP's pricing, it is above 2.7, up 15% in USD and up 5% in Bitcoin. Its valuation is $121 billion, and its 24-hour trading volume is $8.2 billion. Therefore, to reiterate what I mentioned in my previous updates, XRP is holding up really well overall. Furthermore, if a positive rise were to occur, as we are seeing at the moment, XRP would quickly return above $2. You may go watch any of my videos by pausing this one. And I mentioned that in the big picture, the price of XRP has been looking strong. Just a brief note though, before we continue, nothing on this channel is financial advice. Always conduct your own research and due diligence before making a cryptocurrency investment. As President Trump announces that he has approved a 90-day tariff delay, stocks rise. That's it. Why has the market responded so favorably? Because of the tariffs that were in place around the world, there was a great deal of uncertainty. We are speaking on a global scale. Naturally, that has caused a great deal of stress on the financial market because of the high level of uncertainty. And keep in mind that before we can start getting thrilled, we need a resolution, some kind of resolution that I've been discussing. And this is a portion, because it only lasts for 90 days, it's not quite the resolve I'm searching for. What will actually occur next, then? We are aware of the recent events and have previously witnessed a 30-day hiatus. As a result, we must also consider it from that perspective. However, this is the news that offers me some hope. President Trump offers to discuss tariffs with Chinese President Xi. Remember what I mentioned earlier, and if they do come up with a solution, he must do it with the EU and all the other nations that was imposing tariffs on American goods, You need a resolution, but this is essentially what you need to see. We're not making things work, and this and that. So it can't be, guess what will happen if it occurs. Our circle remains the same. We will remain in the same circle, I reiterate. I am aware that the market is thriving at the moment. You're witnessing significant progress. If there is a formal resolution, this might be the reversal. Let's continue to examine the situation, though. Despite it, as you can see, very intriguing events are taking place. At 9:37 a.m. Eastern Time today, you can make this up. According to a post by President Trump, now is a fantastic moment to invest. Trump then announced that he was halting tariffs for 90 days at 1:18 p.m. Now up more than 10%, the NASDAQ is on pace to have its greatest day since October 2008. Did Trump just give us 4 hours notice regarding one of the biggest daily advances in the market? Please share your thoughts on that in the comments section below. Anyone who's been acquiring over the past few hours, I'm sure, should keep in mind that nobody can truly predict when the market will drop. As we mentioned in a number of previous updates, if you are in it for the long run, particularly if you are accumulating dollar cost averaging as ultimately your best friend. I'm sure nobody is particularly upset about that portion of the picture, but notice this: U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent states that we will closely examine the regulatory barriers to blockchain-based stable currency and innovative payment methods. What do we think of? What comes to mind when you see Scott, the Treasury Secretary, making reference to this? We will closely examine novel payment methods and stable coins on regulated blockchains. What fulfills these requirements? XRPL ledger. Recall how blockchain technology is being widely discussed and used with great success. You are aware of the amounts of interest and steady coins, and you can predict what XRP has to provide. You are aware that Ripple satisfies every requirement in every category. Thus, the linkages are present once more. The XRP community is thrilled about this because, as you can imagine, it allows you to create a link. It's so fascinating. Please share your thoughts on that in the comments section below. I apologize for it. I'm still coughing a little. So please be patient with me while I do that. You can see our pal smoke in the darkness. The overlapping of blockchain correspondent banking and remittance is nearly unique to Ripple. Distinctive value proposition. All the parts of the puzzle are fitting together, as I mentioned. Mr. Lynch simply said during the hearing that the SAC case against Ripple has been discontinued in order to promote innovation. Really, really exciting stuff. So, is now the right moment to start getting enthused about the markets? Since we are discussing 90 days, that's 3 months till we go 3 months without hearing anything about tariffs. So, is the market going to be flourishing before then? We'll see how this plays out. However, if you are examining the dominance itself at this moment, or more specifically, the dominance price, I apologize, rather than the price dominance percentage, you are observing the dominance percentage moving in that direction. Of course, there is a slight decline, but overall, it is still higher than 63%. Therefore, it is inevitable that the domination will end soon, particularly when Bitcoin, owing to Donald Trump, surges to levels like the 38-point Fibonacci retracement level. However, many individuals are also unhappy because, as you may know, the amount of manipulation that has been occurring in the cryptocurrency market over the past few months is rather significant. I am aware that there are many people at the moment. I was on this crypto space, I'm not sure who it was, but I believe it came from the traditional market side. Many experts still have a positive opinion of this, despite the fact that it's really exciting. Although many people are still apprehensive about this, Bitcoin experienced one of its largest bounces since yesterday. If you're looking at it, in order to close the day, we're talking about an 11% rise back into the 38.4, which is a daily candle. We're talking about 90 days, guys, so I believe we may start pushing up to the 90K Bitcoin right now. 3 months is a long time. Naturally, though, as long as there is no choppiness or news that could have an effect, now is the only moment to get thrilled. We don't want to hear anything about tariffs that are now positive unless there is, of course, a resolution.